So, Mother says one very, very reassuring and powerful thing, that from the beginning of time, the Divine had only one purpose for each of us, that each of us should come back to our truth and to live from that truth. And sometimes, and Mother says, the way humanity is made currently, this is not possible without pain. When our consciousness changes, maybe the path will be easier and we'll reach the truth without that pain. But the way we are now, it's very, very difficult to crack us open without doses of pain every now and then. And the Divine gives us that pain not to hurt us, not to punish us, but to fulfill this one purpose it has for each of us from the beginning of time. So sometimes we reach a space where we are overwhelmed with the difficulties of life, isn't it? Where we think and overthink and we can't find a solution. And at those times, and even otherwise, the Mother gives us a beautiful solution in 3 words. She says, remember and offer. What does she ask us to remember? She asks us to remember that we are not just this. We are not an individual experiencing the cosmos outside. We are the cosmos having an individual experience. And if we are this cosmos, then any battle we have is not our individual battle, right? Every force of the universe works for us to solve it. Now, we may call this the Mother, the Guru, the generic term for all these evolutionary forces of the universe. So if we are saying that, Mother's asking us to remember that we are never alone in every battle, that she who's representative of all the evolutionary forces in the universe is with us with all these forces of light, and whatever went wrong did not go wrong randomly. It did not happen to us because we are bad or life is bad. It happened because there's a purpose to it. There's a growth we have to make through going through it. So she says, remember all this. In moments of darkness, remember that, and make the darkness less dark by offering, by really calling on those evolutionary forces which even in our ignorance are working for us. But how much more powerful their working becomes when we consciously call to them. So in the Upanishad, there's a beautiful Sanskrit mantra which says in English, this says in Sanskrit. So Mother says, remember and offer. This mantra is śraddhayā Deyam. Give with shraddha. Whatever is troubling you, don't hold it inside you. Offer it to the beyond, to the grace with faith that once you've offered it, it will be handled. Aśraddhayā'deyam. If you don't have faith, don't offer, because then you'll say, I'm giving it but nothing is happening. Grace acts in proportion to your faith. So Sraddhaya Deyam, aśraddhayā'deyam. So in the Sandhi it becomes aśraddhaya Deyam, but it's actually Deyam. And then there is śriyā Deyam. Give with the abundance of your being, abundance of your faith, abundance of your sincerity. So let's start with this mantra. All of you just learn it first. Sraddhaya Deyam, aśraddhayā'deyam. So that shortens to aśraddhaya Deyam. And then śriyā Deyam. Yeah? So I'll chant it once, then we'll say each line twice, second time with me. aśraddhayā deyam, śriyā deyam. I'll say each line twice, second time with me. Sraddhaya Deyam. Sraddhaya Deyam. Aśraddhayā Deyam. Aśraddhayā Deyam. Śriyā Deyam. Śriyā Deyam. So let's do the whole thing together. Sraddhaya Deyam. Aśraddhayā Deyam. Śriyā Deyam. So, based on this mantra, we'll do a little practice, a practical way of living this mantra. So, we all know that Lord Shiva is called the Nilkant because when the oceans were churned and the poisons arose, he's supposed to have swallowed them and they stayed stuck in his throat. So, he's called the Nilkant. But in one sense, all of us have a personalized Nilkant, our personalized mechanism to swallow our poisons in our own heart. The mother's presence in our heart is our personalized Nilkant, but it is acting to swallow the poisons of our being. But when we actively offer it to her, the whole action becomes so much faster, so much quicker, so much less suffering for us, isn't it? So, we'll do a little practice. We'll do emotional centering, which we've done in the past, but I always like to do it here because it's a very special place.